Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Happy to be here. It's been a hot minute. But sometimes I don't have anything to say. So I need to put it aside and think about things and experience life in order to have, I guess, new ideas and new realizations. Oh my god, I just saw my elbow. I'm filming this and my elbow looks so dry. Okay, well, that's great. It's a full moon today. It's a full moon in Capricorn, I think. It's the strawberry moon. I don't really know about that. But, yeah. I was looking it up. Strawberry moon meaning. I want, the astrology. Okay. I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but it just occurred to me. So I'm just going to, see if there's anything. As y'all know, I don't need to go over the definition of a full moon every time, but basically, things coming to light. Think of a new moon in the sky. It's light, bringing truth, light, fruition, all of that. So, apparently there's, a lot of planets in retrograde right now, so it's, a lot of bullshit. I recommend, if you're interested in astrology, obviously there's, I've never really, read any books about it or anything. I just know not a lot. I know about it because both my parents were really into it, and I think I've explained this in past podcasts, but I've kind of always just known about it. It's always been a part of my life. And then what really helps me is just following a lot of astrology Twitter accounts, because then you get the live updates, and each day there's different, obviously the planets are going to be in different positions, and that's how I kind of stay updated. And then if there's something you're really interested in, you can look up that specific thing. So I'm not going to go over each one because I honestly just don't know. But I know Saturn's retrograde right now. You may be tested to make sure you're ready to take on extra responsibility. Lessons you learn might be hard, but they'll be valuable. Yeah. So, subconscious awareness allows for an impartial and balanced look at personal relationships. Saturn retrograde is so close to the June 28th. Is it the 28th? It's the 27th. Oh my god, what the fuck? Full moon will make you feel sad, guilty, hesitant, fearful, restricted, or confined. Relationship problems, cold emotions, negative behavior patterns, and bad habits could make your life more difficult. But at the same time, you will want to break free of such limiting factors. That's very interesting. A positive aspect to Uranus also brings opportunity and the desire for positive change. So, I guess Saturn retrograde means you will have to show great willpower and determination to force through the change you want or need. So, it sounds like a time of change. So, I know this past week I felt, for the most part, good, but definitely, definitely extra stressed about certain things, or, things feel hard, or, I don't know. So just keep these things in mind, and I think, even if you don't believe in it or whatever, there's always people trying to poop the party. I just think it's always good to think about these things in general, even if you're not attaching it to astrology, but just, reflecting and, again, breaking out of negative behavior patterns or whatever. So this is from astrologyking.com. I just looked up the June 2018 full moon. So if you're interested, I would say look at that. I'm not an astrologer. I really don't know as much as probably I think I do. You know what I mean? But I do love getting a general little tidbit. So if you're interested, check it out. But that's happening today, I guess, or tomorrow. Full moon vibes. So something that I've been thinking a lot about recently, and this is what sparked. This is why I was okay, I need to do a podcast today because I need to talk about this while it's still fresh in my mind. I don't know what I was reading or looking, I don't even know where this idea came into my mind, but I was just kind of thinking about how a lot of the things that we do are for happiness or validation or whatever, just that inner peace. And then I was I must have read this somewhere, but I don't remember where. Oh my god. If anyone can think of anything, let me know. If I'm quoting a book or something and I'm just not realizing it. But basically, once I was kind of thinking about how once you have happiness or once you validate yourself, everything you do is kind of like for funsies. And you don't, I don't know, I feel like especially at the end of last year, as you guys know, I was like super like not going out, not drinking, really just focusing on like my goals and my health and like just personal stuff, like personal growth. And I think that was important, but I think what I've realized now is that, because it gets boring, like it gets so boring to not go out and to be like, okay, well, like not allow yourself to have fun, because I was kind of attaching it to just like, why do I feel unfulfilled? Why do I feel the need to drink? Why do I feel the need to go out? Why do I feel the need to like do like random shit? Is this moral of me? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not that serious, but just like, I'd rather listen to 528 Hertz and go to bed, you know? But that really does get boring, especially like in this modern time where you see stuff on social media and it's like, I'm gonna like do that, I'm gonna have fun. So what I was kind of realizing is like these external factors, even with like partying or whatever, it doesn't really like determine, it's not going to bring you that happiness or validation. And it doesn't determine how, I don't know, how spiritual you are or whatever if you're validating yourself. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if you are happy within yourself to begin with, you already have the validation because you're validating yourself within. You have that inner peace, and you're not doing these things to get that because you already are like giving it to yourself. You can like just do a lot more stuff because you're not like worried that people are going to judge you or, oh my God, is this okay of me to do? It's like, yeah, because I'm already okay. So if I do this, it's just going to be an experience. I'm not doing it to validate me or to bring me happiness or to like, I don't want to say like change your life, but you know what I mean? To like make you feel a certain way about yourself because you already have it. And I was like, this really applies to everything, like making money, career, relationships, and it allows you to have a lot more freedom and flexibility, I guess, within your life because you're not confining yourself like, I want to be this type of person, so I have to do this. It's like, I can be whatever type of person I want to be just by being, and I can have experiences and like do stuff for funsies just to experience it. And like, yeah, I don't know, I've just been thinking a lot about that recently, and especially with like just hearing about deaths in the news and whatnot. It's just like life is really short, and just feeling like how fast time goes by. It's like I don't want to like, I want all the experiences. Okay, not all of them, but you know what I mean? Like I want to experience as much as I can. And even if it's not, you know, always like, I don't know. Does that make sense? But that's just something I've been thinking about recently. And it's like, let's just do this for funsies. See, obviously there's a limit. Like, don't get addicted to drugs. Okay. But a lot of my decisions, I feel like in the past were based on like, I don't think this is like the right thing to do. Obviously, listen to your intuition. Don't do something just because, like, y'all know. But once you have that internal validation, you're like chilling. It's like, I'm just doing this for the experience. I think, honestly, maybe this was in, like, maybe it was in The Power of Now or, like, Creating Money. Y'all know, like, the 3 books that I read over and over again. But I think it was about making money and success, and how obviously to like be abundant, you need to feel abundant to begin with. Like you can't have like the external abundance to have that. You just need to feel it. So maybe I was like putting it in that and kind of thinking about it with everything. I don't know. But that's just kind of something I've been thinking about. So don't be afraid to experience stuff, and don't do stuff for the validation or for the happiness or like or because you think it's going to make you feel something long lasting, because usually it's not. It's like what you're allowing yourself to feel. So anyway, just something I've been thinking about. And another thing I've been thinking about, I wrote this down too. I don't really know what context I was thinking about this in, but just like human connection and how we all experience the same emotions and go through the same like shit, basically, even though it's through different experiences and different stories and through different like points of view, we're all kind of like feeling the same things, or we all do at some point. So I think also just remembering that, and like, you don't need to, it's almost like it helps you relate to people more, and it helps you like connect with people. I know a lot of people struggle with social anxiety or not wanting to talk to people, or like being shy or whatever, but if you just kind of remember like I don't know, I just remember like sometimes you feel like scared to talk to somebody, or like, oh my god, I don't want to like make conversation or whatever, but you just have to think like no one's better than anyone. You know, like we all experience the same emotions. Like this person could be feeling the exact same way you do, or like worse or whatever, and I don't know, it's all just like feelings at the same time too. So that's why I don't know, I just try to be like nice to people and really, I don't know, make people feel comfortable and make people feel that it's safe to be themselves, I guess. Like when I talk to someone, I want them to leave feeling like good about themselves, you know? So that's kind of also something I've been thinking about, and you can just apply that to everything, you know? It's like, you know, we're all going through the same shit, so might as well be nice. Oh my god, also I went to acupuncture this week, and it was kind of crazy. I was low-key like having some stress about it, because last time, I think I talked about it in a podcast, I talked about it in a vlog, I don't even know if I posted that yet. Well, basically, last time she put these 2 points, like one on my chest and one on my head, and I remember especially the chest one, I just felt this like rush of anxiety after she put that needle in that point. And I was like, I'm feeling anxious suddenly, and I don't know why. And she's like, oh, like that, it's like a heart point, so it could just be like you're releasing all this tension that you're like holding in or building up inside you, like the energy. And I was like, oh, and I just literally was like lying down, like trying to breathe, like, oh my god, anxiety is the worst feeling, because you can't, I mean, there's things you can do obviously, but you feel like you can't do anything. So I was just focusing on my breath, and then it like passed. And so this was like 2 sessions ago, and then so this past session, I knew it was gonna be fine, but I was still like, just kept feeling stressed about it, like I don't want that to happen again. So I told the acupuncturist my worries, and she was like, well, you could have just released something, so let's like do it again and like see what happens. And I was like, fuck, like fine. She's like, usually if someone says that they like feel uncomfortable or get anxiety like that, I would take it out, but I just really wanted you to like push through it and like see what happened and like get over it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it did go away after just a couple minutes, so I'm glad that you kept it in and forced me to go through this traumatic event. I'm just kidding, it was not traumatic, but yeah, so she put it again, and this time I felt nothing, just felt chill. But it's so crazy. Acupuncture can be such an intense experience emotionally, just because you feel like, I don't know, all the chi or like energy that's in your body is being moved around, and yeah, like things are being released that maybe you were holding in, weren't aware of. But I always feel so much better afterwards, and also just the improvements that have been made in my skin, like it's a lot less red, and like they check things like your tongue, and she's like, your tongue looks like a lot healthier, just like the color of it and everything. It all like relates to your overall health and whatnot. So yeah, I love acupuncture, and it's crazy like how much it's working. Like my skin has been just it looks better, like it's not so red, you know? So if you're dealing with any sort of like issue, like it can help with pain, it can help with headaches, acne, migraines, like other skin conditions, so many things, because it's just kind of like an imbalance of chi in your body typically. So I would definitely recommend it. Also, my mom has been taking the family dog to pet acupuncture, and she told me that, and I literally like started dying. Like I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing, but I guess it makes sense, because my dog has like a hurt foot, so I guess it helps with that. But I was just kind of like, oh my god, like of fucking course. Like kind of dying low-key. But also something my acupuncturist said is like drinking like cold water. Well, not necessarily cold, but she actually is like, please don't drink cold water, like it's not as good for your digestion. but just like drinking a cup of water, if you're feeling anxious, like it brings your anxiety levels down, because like you're giving your body something to do and just giving it a little hydration. She's like, drink a cup of water before you shower, drink it before bed. She literally says that she's like, you really need to work on your hydration. And I'm like, me? I feel like I drink so much water. But also, I should probably say this in a video because that's where I first said it, but in a vlog I got this like alkaline water pitcher from Amazon. It was like $30. I want to get like the machine thing that connects to your sink, but I mean it's like $2,000. I'm not really like that invested yet, but I feel like it's made such a difference. Like I don't feel that like, I was drinking tap water before, y'all. I just feel like this makes me actually feel hydrated and not just like I'm drinking water and peeing so much of it out and then like feeling so bloated. So good realizations. Another thing is like just relating to stress and whatnot. These are all thoughts I've had this past week, so I hope you don't mind the rambling, but I want to share it. So stuff that takes 2 seconds, like stuff that you put off, or like stuff that you dread, or like, oh, I don't want to do that, or oh my god, that seems so hard, and then you force yourself to do it and it takes like literally 2 seconds. Like I was talking about IGTV on Twitter and I was like talking so much shit and I was like, fuck this, like, oh my god, this is so stupid, and then I actually did it and I was like, this is fun, oh my god. So yeah, force yourself to do stuff sometimes. Like it really, I had to call my bank. I put it off for a couple days. I was like, ugh. I did it. It took 2 seconds. I was like, that's it. Like I wasted so much time feeling just stressed or like dreading it or not wanting to do it, and I did it and it took 2 seconds. Like, are you serious? So force yourself to do something. It's called the force yourself method. I've referred to it on Twitter. Also can be referred to at the gym. So yeah. Anyway. I'm kind of looking on Tumblr for some questions, but since I haven't really done a podcast, there's not really like that many questions. So yeah, is this okay if this is just a quick little short podcast? Like this is kind of all I'm feeling. This is all I'm talking about. I've been doing a live me a lot recently, like live streaming. It's fun. It's kind of fun. Like I do it first thing in the morning. It's fun like if I'm just hanging out in my apartment. It's fun to like, I'll live stream, or I've been doing like Instagram lives a lot more. Yeah, I don't know. I've just, recently my recent thoughts have been just like, I guess trying to just chill and have more lulls and not be so stressed about like, am I posting enough? Am I doing enough? Like I just want to enjoy life while still, like, I don't know. Like you guys have been noticing I've been tweeting more. I'm just trying to have more lulls in my life. Or like bringing the lulls onto my social media presence and just like relaxing and like, yeah, having fun with it instead of being so stressed about certain things. So that, and yeah, just working a lot on like inner stuff, inner peace, inner happiness, doing a little meditation. Acupuncture has like really been helping, I guess. You know, like focusing on your breath, all the things that I talk about all the time. So yeah, another thing is like gratitude. And I really realized like I was in acupuncture, I was stressed, whatever, I was feeling those anxiety feelings, and just listing, this is something I've been doing all the time if I'm in the car, if I'm feeling stressed, like whatever. You guys know also I've been talking about this a lot, but just like naming the things that I'm grateful or thankful for, like in this moment. Like there's just so many things, and I really do feel like when you put yourself in that mindset, I saw a tweet, it was like, are you praying in gratitude or are you praying in lack? So if you're constantly saying to God or the universe or whatever, like, why don't I have this? Why don't I have this? You're focusing on the lack, and it's going to create more lack. But if you're like, thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for my body. Thank you so much for my family. Thank you so much for the food I ate today. Thank you so much for like this. It just creates such a different feeling within your body. And that's the feeling where shit happens, you know, like where the magic happens, where you can like have ideas and like where things come to you, opportunities and the right people, because you're in a positive mindset. Like anytime I've had a good idea or like something or an opportunity comes to me, I'm always in that like elevated vibration, you could say. So that really helps, and also it gets your mind, if you're feeling anxious and you do this, it helps get your mind off the anxiety and like, oh, drink a water, just say thank you in your head for a few things that you're thankful for in that moment, and it makes such a difference. Focus on your breath. These are the things I've been thinking about. So hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. Send me a screenshot if you're listening to the podcast. Hit up my Tumblr or my Instagram DMs with any topic suggestions, questions, etc. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, love you guys. Thanks for being a part of this.